The COVID-19 pandemic and the social justice movements that erupted in 2020 have had a profound impact on the lives and livelihoods of Black workers in America. In this section, we will explore how these events have created new opportunities and challenges for Black workers in various sectors of the economy. First, let's look at the opportunities. The pandemic has exposed the vital role that essential workers play in keeping our society functioning. Many of these workers are Black or Hispanic, and they work in sectors such as health care, food service, transportation, education, and public safety. According to the Economic Policy Institute, Black workers make up 11.9% of the overall workforce, but 17% of frontline workers. These workers have gained more recognition and appreciation for their contributions, and some have also received hazard pay, bonuses, or other benefits during the crisis. The social justice movements that followed the killing of George Floyd and other unarmed Black people by police have also created new opportunities for Black workers. These movements have raised awareness and sparked action on issues such as racial discrimination, police brutality, mass incarceration, and economic inequality. Many corporations, foundations, nonprofits, and governments have pledged to support racial equity and justice initiatives, creating more funding and jobs for Black-led organizations and Black professionals. For example, McKinsey estimates that closing the racial wealth gap could boost the U.S. economy by $2 trillion to $3 trillion by 2028. However, these opportunities are not without challenges. The pandemic has also disproportionately affected Black workers in terms of job loss, income loss, health risks, and access to resources. According to NPR, Black workers are overrepresented among the unemployed right now because of pre-existing disparities in unemployment and because many of them work in sectors that have been hit hard by the lockdowns and social distancing measures. Moreover, many Black workers who have lost their jobs face economic insecurity due to lack of cash reserves, health insurance, paid sick leave, or unemployment benefits. The health risks of the pandemic are also higher for Black workers, especially those who work in essential jobs that expose them to the virus. The CDC notes that essential work positions create a higher risk of exposure because these types of jobs require frequent or close contact with the public or other workers, involve activities that cannot be done from home, and may lack benefits such as paid sick days. Numerous studies confirm these findings, showing that during the pandemic, essential workers were more likely to be Black or Hispanic, have lower average incomes and education levels, lack health insurance and paid sick leave, and were more likely to report working outside the home and less likely to report social distancing and wearing masks indoors as compared to non-essential workers. As a result, Black workers have suffered higher rates of infection, hospitalization, and death from COVID-19 than other racial groups. The social justice movements have also brought challenges for Black workers. While many organizations have expressed support for racial equity and justice, some have also faced backlash or resistance from customers, employees, or stakeholders who disagree with their stance or actions. For example, some companies have faced boycotts or lawsuits for supporting the Black Lives Matter movement or for implementing diversity and inclusion programs. Additionally, some Black workers have experienced increased stress, trauma, or burnout from witnessing or experiencing racial violence or discrimination during this time. In conclusion, the pandemic and the social justice movements have created new opportunities and challenges for Black workers in various sectors of the economy. These events have highlighted the importance and value of Black workers' contributions to society, but they have also exposed the persistent and systemic barriers that they face in achieving economic security and health equity. As we move forward with recovery and reform efforts, it is essential that we address these barriers and ensure that Black workers are not left behind or further marginalized. The new economy is characterized by rapid changes, uncertainty, and disruption. It poses many challenges for workers of all backgrounds, but especially for Black workers who have historically faced discrimination, exploitation, and marginalization in the labor market. However, Black workers are not passive victims of these forces. They are also active agents who are leveraging their skills, creativity, and resilience to adapt to the changing economy and thrive in their careers. One of the skills that Black workers are using to navigate the new economy is critical thinking and problem solving. These skills enable them to analyze complex situations, identify opportunities and solutions, and communicate effectively with diverse stakeholders. According to the World Economic Forum, critical thinking and problem solving are among the top 10 skills that employers will value in the future. Black workers who possess these skills can demonstrate their value and potential in a variety of sectors and roles. Another skill that Black workers are developing is self-management. This skill involves being able to learn new things, cope with stress, handle uncertainty, and adapt to changing circumstances. The World Economic Forum also ranks self-management skills such as active learning, resilience, stress tolerance, and flexibility as highly desirable for the future of work. Black workers who cultivate these skills can enhance their well-being, performance, and career prospects in the new economy. In addition to skills, Black workers are also tapping into their creativity and innovation. Creativity is the ability to generate novel and useful ideas, products, or services. Innovation is the ability to implement those ideas effectively and efficiently. Black workers have a rich history of creativity and innovation, from inventing life-saving devices and musical genres to transforming social movements and cultural expressions. In the new economy, Black workers can use their creativity and innovation to create value for themselves and others, as well as to challenge existing norms and systems that limit their opportunities. Finally, Black workers are also drawing on their resilience and collective power. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, overcome obstacles, and persevere in the face of challenges. Collective power is the ability to mobilize resources, networks, and allies to achieve common goals and advance shared interests. Black workers have shown remarkable resilience and collective power throughout history, from resisting slavery and oppression to fighting for civil rights and justice. In the new economy, Black workers can use their resilience and collective power to advocate for themselves and their communities, as well as to influence policies and practices that affect their economic well-being. In conclusion, Black workers are not merely surviving in the new economy. They are also flourishing by leveraging their skills, creativity, and resilience. These assets enable them to adapt to the changing economy and thrive in their careers. By recognizing and investing in these assets, employers, policymakers, educators, and other stakeholders can support Black workers' economic empowerment and inclusion in the new economy. In this section, we will explore how Black workers are supporting each other and their communities through networks, mentorship, and advocacy. These are some of the ways that Black workers are creating a more diverse and inclusive workforce and advancing their careers in the new economy. One of the key strategies that Black workers use to support each other is through mentorship and sponsorship. Mentorship involves direct support of a protege, such as guidance, advice, feedback, and coaching. Sponsorship entails externally facing support, such as advocacy, visibility, promotion, and connections. Both mentorship and sponsorship are crucial for helping Black workers overcome systemic obstacles and achieve their professional goals. Many black workers find mentors and sponsors within their organizations or industries, often through employee resource groups or inclusion networks. These groups help people with similar circumstances connect and share experiences. They also provide opportunities for learning, development, and leadership. For example, Mike Smith, president and COO of Stitch Fix, credits his mentor Ken Coleman, a Silicon Valley veteran, for inspiring him to recruit and develop a diverse workforce. Some black workers also seek mentors and sponsors outside their organizations or industries through strategic relationships with historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, Hispanic serving institutions, HSIs, and other organizations that promote diversity and equity. These relationships help black workers access new opportunities, expand their networks, and gain exposure to different perspectives. For instance, PwC has a long-standing partnership with HBCUs and HSIs to digitally upskill 25,000 black and Latinx professionals over the next 5 years. Another way that black workers support each other and their communities is through advocacy. Advocacy involves using one's voice, influence, and power to speak up for the rights, interests, and needs of others. Advocacy can take many forms, such as raising awareness, challenging stereotypes, demanding accountability, and creating change. Advocacy can also be done at different levels, such as individual, organizational, or societal. Many black workers engage in advocacy at the individual level by sharing their stories, perspectives, and insights with others. They also mentor and sponsor other black workers to help them succeed. Some examples of individual advocates are Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama, and Beyoncé Knowles Carter, who have used their platforms to inspire millions of people around the world. Some black workers also engage in advocacy at the organizational level by influencing policies, practices, and cultures that affect them and their colleagues. They also participate in employee resource groups or inclusion networks to foster a sense of belonging and community. Some examples of organizational advocates are Melody Hobson, co-CEO of Ariel Investments and chairwoman of Starbucks, Kenneth Frazier, former CEO of Merck, and Ursula Burns, former CEO of Xerox, who have all advocated for more diversity and inclusion in corporate America. Some black workers also engage in advocacy at the societal level by addressing systemic issues that impact them and their communities. They also collaborate with other groups or movements that share their vision for a more equitable and just world. Some examples of societal advocates are Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X, who have all fought for civil rights, Angela Davis, Kimberly Crenshaw, and Alicia Garza, who have all advanced feminist and anti-racist causes, and Colin Kaepernick, LeBron James, and Naomi Osaka, who have all used their sports careers to protest against police brutality and racial injustice. In conclusion, we have seen how black workers are supporting each other and their communities through networks, mentorship, and advocacy. These are some of the ways that black workers are flourishing in the new economy by creating a more diverse and inclusive workforce and advancing their careers.